They said the old clockmaker never left his shop, that he worked long after midnight, when all the clocks had stopped ticking, and when the dead, too, forgot how to rest. I didn't believe the stories, not until I found the letter. It was hidden inside an antique pocket watch, a delicate thing of gold and dust, its hands frozen at exactly 12 o'clock. The letter was folded so tightly that I almost tore it open. It was written in ink that had turned brown with age, and though much of it was smudged, one sentence remained perfectly clear. Time remembers what guilt forgets. I should have left it alone. I really should have. But curiosity, it's a curse that ticks quietly inside the mind, a silent countdown you never even notice. The shop was still there, just as the stories said, a narrow building at the edge of the old quarter, its windows covered in soot, its sign barely legible, a Corvain horologist. Inside, the air was thick with oil and an unnerving silence. Hundreds of clocks hung from the walls, each one completely motionless, their faces dull and lifeless under a layer of grime. But as I stepped across the threshold, a single chime echoed through the stillness, soft, distant, impossible. 12 rings. Midnight. A faint light glimmered from the back room. Drawn by an impulse I couldn't explain, I followed it. I moved past rows of dismantled gears and half-finished timepieces, their metal skeletons catching the dim light. And then I saw him, the clockmaker. He was sitting perfectly still, hands resting on a grandfather clock that was taller than himself. At first I thought he was dead, his skin as pale as ivory, his eyes open but glassy, staring into nothing. Then, with a sound like metal grinding, he spoke. "I was waiting for you." I tried to answer, to ask how, to say anything, but the words died in my throat. He smiled, a slow, unnatural smile that never reached his eyes, a crack in his porcelain face. "The clocks stopped the night I broke my promise," he said, his voice a dry rasp. "Now they wait for me to fix what I cannot undo." Behind him, the great clock began to move. Its massive pendulum swung once, and with each heavy tick I felt something shift, not around me, but inside me. By a heartbeat that wasn't mine. The walls trembled. The clocks on the shelves began to wake, one by one, their hands spinning backward, faster and faster, until the air filled with a deafening roar of time unraveling. "You hear it too, don't you?" he whispered, his voice somehow cutting through the chaos. "The sound of every second you wasted." I turned to run, but the floor seemed to stretch like melting glass. The shadows twisted and bent into the shapes of faces, each one whispering my name, each one a silent accusation. The clockmaker stood now, his entire body shivering like a broken spring on the verge of snapping. "We all think time moves forward," he said, his voice rising over the cacophony. "But it only circles the places we tried to forget." He reached into his own chest, and when his hand came out, it held a watch, its surface wet and pulsing, its ticking faint but steady. "Take it," he said. "Keep my secret." I tried to refuse, to pull my hand back, but it moved on its own. The watch was cold in my palm, but inside it something moved, a heartbeat, slow and rhythmic, echoing my own terrified pulse. When I looked up again, he was gone. Only the clocks remained, all their hands now moving in perfect, sinister harmony, all of them pointing directly at me. And in that terrifying moment, I finally realized the truth. Time doesn't pass. It waits. Now I hear it every night, the ticking beneath my skin, the whisper behind every heartbeat. And when midnight comes, the clocks call my name. Thanks for watching this story unfold. If you enjoyed this journey into the shadows, please like this video and subscribe for more tales from the edge of reality. Stay safe and listen closely to the silence.